Welcome to Jomla channel. How are you? Hope you are doing very well. So in this session, we will go through one by one the exam question that associated with the answer. Let's continue with 2021 winter multiple exam questions. The exam paper part 2 consists of 20 multiple choice questions. Let's begin. Some features that help to defend the body against pathogens are listed. First is mucus. Mucus is a skin foam, a waterproof barrier that prevents pathogen from entering the body. Your body cavities, like nose and mouth, are lined up with mucous membrane. Mucous membrane produce sticky mucus which can trap bacteria and other pathogens. So the answer would be mucus and skin, and also the stomach acid, which is related to stomach function. Which features can prevent pathogen entering body tissues? The answer is 1, 2, and 3. Number 22 question. The diagram shows the apparatus used to measure the rate of respiration in germinating seeds. As the seed respire, the bubble of color water moves along the glass tube. The temperature is increased from 20 degrees to 40 Celsius. What happened to the movement of the bubble as the temperature increases? The bubble moves more quickly towards the seeds at 40 Celsius than at 20 Celsius. The answer is A. Which statement about lactic acid is correct? Lactic acid is produced when oxygen levels become low in cells within the area of the body where metabolism takes place. Lactic acid is a chemical product of anaerobic respiration, the process by which cells produce energy without oxygen around. So the answer is the lactic acid built up in tissue can lead to an oxygen death. Question number 24. The diagram shows a mammalian kidney. If you can see, what is a label for X? X is actually a cortex. Y is actually a ureter. And Z is actually a medulla. This is a mammalian kidney. So the answer is B. The structure listed are part of the nervous system. What are the structures listed are part of the nervous system? In a reflex arc, which structure are connected to a motor neuron by synapses? A neuroreflex arc is characterized by peripherals, afferent sensory input that is transmitted to central nervous system and processed. The resultant action carried by afferent motor neurons, and the receptors of the skin initiate the impulse in sensory neuron. This will travel to spinal cord where it passes or synapses to a connecting neuron called relay neuron. So the answer for this is effector and relay neuron. Structures that are connected to motor neuron by synapses is effector and relay neuron. So the answer is C. The question number 26. Which process is a response of a body that is part of a negative feedback process? To answer to this question, is actually related to glycogen. Okay. Why is glycogen a negative feedback process? If the blood glucose level is too low, the pancreas releases the hormone glucagon. So this will travel to the liver in the blood and causes the breakdown of glucogen into glucose. And then the glucose enters the bloodstream, and glucose level increase back to normal. So this is a process of synthesis of glycogen in response to increase in blood glucose concentration. Which role show the pupil reflect in bright lights? This is related to chapter 3. Okay. Related to coordination and response. In the bright light, the circular muscles contracts while radial muscles relax. And thus, the size of pupil will decrease or smaller, reducing the small amount of light entering in the eyes. The answer for this is B. And for question number 28 is related to coordination and response in plants that related to gravity. A seed is placed and grown on a rotating disc as shown. Seed is pinned to the constantly rotating disc, which diagram show the appearance of a seedling shoot after 7 days. So in these questions, this is related to gravitopism, which is a response in which a plant grows toward gravity. So plant respond directly to Earth gravity attraction and also light. Stem grow upward or away from the center of the Earth towards light. So the response to enter stimuli are called tropism. So for this 28 question is related to the subject that related to coordination and response in plants, which is respond to the activity. So the situation or the seed is placed and grow on the rotating disc, and the output after 7 days, the appearance should be in a situation. Number 29, commercial plant grower use asexual reproduction to grow coffee plants, which produce crops of coffee beans. What is a disadvantage of asexual reproduction? As you already studied, since the offspring are genetically identical to the parents, they are more susceptible to the same diseases and nutrient deficiencies as the parent. So the answer for this question would be all plants are equally susceptible to the same diseases. For question number 30, which statement about the human immunodeficiency virus or HIV is correct? Okay, if you can see, HIV destroy lymphocyte CD4 cells. If too many CD4 cells are lost, your immune system will have trouble fighting off infection. So in this case, the answer is HIV destroy lymphocytes. For question number 31, which statement about a diploid human cells is correct? So if we can see, this is a straightforward question. There are 22 pair of chromosomes and 2 sex chromosomes. So the answer is D, 23 pair of chromosomes and 2 sex chromosomes. Okay. For question number 32, some features of cell division are listed. Okay, which features would be associated with meiosis? Okay, in these chapters that related to causes of genetic variation, it stated that in meiosis, homologous chromosome exchange genes and separate from one another, so the gametes which are formed are not all exactly the same. Okay, so this is actually result in variation. And haploid gametes are produced during meiosis. So number 1 is also part of it. And when which haploid gametes are produced during meiosis, which is the type of cell division that reduces, okay, the number of chromosomes in a parent diploid cell by half. So we can see the answer for number 1, number 3, and number 4. 1, 3, and 4. So the answer would be C. What is an adaptive features of xerophyte? Okay, and adaptive features. Xerophyte adaptation increase water intake limit water loss and store water efficiently. Okay, why? Because the leaf have thick cuticles. Water intake adaptation include leaves and widespread roots and high salt content to increase osmosis. Xerophyte have thick cuticles, okay? Have thick cuticles, loss of finely divided leaf, reduced stomata. So the answer for this is the leaf have thick cuticles. Okay. Question number 34. The graph shows the growth of a bacterial population. Which section represent the exponential log phase? You have time at the x-axis, you have number of bacteria at the log of number of bacteria at the y-axis. Okay, bacteria easy to grow in lab. Bacteria will grow in a predictable pattern, resulting in a growth curve composed of 4 distinct phases of growth as shown. This is a lag phase, this is an exponential phase, and this is stationary phase, and this is the dead phase. If you can compare these two graphs, there is a similarity. So the question is, which section represents the exponential log phase? So the answer is B. A species of insect usually have pale color wing. This helps to camouflage them on a pale color tree trunk. A few of the insects in this species have darker color wing. After a number of years, the tree trunk becomes darker in color due to environmental changes. The insect with dark color wing become more common than insect with pale color wing in this species. Which process causes this change in the proportion of insect with dark color wings? So, if you can see, natural selection is the process through which population of living organisms adapt and change. This variation means that some individuals have traits better suited to the environment than the others. This is the most suitable answer for this question number 35. The diagram shows part of the nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen cycle also you will be covered in chemistry. If you can recall, where you have the organic nitrogen, and then from organic nitrogen, NH3, you produce ammonia nitrogen, NH4, where you go through a lot of degradation. And then through this process, you have a process of nitrate nitrogen. This is called nitrifications or process aerobic. Okay. From nitrate nitrogen, you become nitrate nitrogen NO2, NO3, where they go through a process of nitrification. And after nitrification, it utilized to become organic nitrogen. So in this sequence, the most nearest answer for this is actually 1, 2, 6, and 7. What is a characteristic of bacteria that make them useful in genetic engineering? Okay, because I choose the answer for C, because of plasmid can be transferred between cells. Because bacteria contain plasmid which are circular ring and of DNA, nitro, which new genes can be inserted, removed, or changed. So the answer of this, the most suitable that can make a bacteria make very useful in genetic engineering is answer is C. Plasmid can be transferred between cells. What is the useful product of anaerobic respiration in the manufacture of bread? Okay, what happened when bread? What happened in the process of manufacture of bread? Okay, during bread production, yeast start off respirating aerobically, which is it create carbon dioxide and water in helping the dough rise. So the most suitable answer for this is carbon dioxide. And number 39 is, what are reasons why species become endangered? So the answer for this is A, habitat destruction, hunting, and introduced species. And finally, if the nitrate concentration in lake increase, fish may die due to events listed. So the answer would be increase in terms of growth of producers, and it could be increased in terms of the composition of that producer, and it could be the increased aerobic respiration by decomposers, and finally the answer is reduction in dissolved oxygen. So the answer for this is C. So it's already complete for the multiple choice question for winter 2021. So I hope that everyone of you are doing well in your upcoming exam, and you can follow me at Instagram. Please like, thumbs up, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.